Chokato Akaya Mirchaga. I am in the center and there is a sacredness. Chokata Ioyamya Nawaji Alo. I am standing there in the center with this pulsing light. Kolale Kole Due Alo. Whomever you are, this is your friend.
Sacred child. Waka means holy, sacred. Yeja means child. Just that word says it. Wakanyeja. They're holy.
Our program gets appointed by the court to address children who have been traumatized, either severely physically or sexually abused. We monitor the child, check up on the child, advocate for the best interests of the child, and try to assist the child in terms of resources so that they can get help from the point of trauma through healing.
We get 3 calls on an average a week to say, how can you help us? We have 118 children on our caseload list. That really consists of the most critical need of children who've been abused by sexual trauma. We're working at that to try to get that clear picture, but we know that it's so overwhelming and astounding that it'll knock some people down.
When you call it a justice center, you're looking at a neutral part of your work. No matter what, you just want to be that strong network for the children, whether it be ordinances that the Oglala Sioux tribe made, the children's code, the court system, that they would always be that connection, that liaison, and it would be safe.
Of course, when you're talking about sexually abused children, there's probably any number of people out there who are not receiving direct services, either because we don't know they're out there, we don't know these things. You know, this reservation is huge.
In 2015, there was a little over 3,000 children who were reported to public safety in terms of child abuse. That represents 1/4 of the children that actually live on the reservation.
It's a small organization right now, but I think it's a viable way to bring some stability and assurances that our children will be heard. When they said a voice for the children, that's what really caught me. A voice for the child. That little child can't speak up for themselves, so you put yourself in their little tracks and you say, this is what I want. And that's what inspired me about this program.
We are the consistent social worker in the lives of the child. Many of the children will go through various stages, different homes, foster homes, residential placement, relative placement, and then maybe come back into the system, different social workers, but yet we're the consistent one. We're the one that they see most of the time.
To look at these children in the way that they are sacred, make them feel sacred. There's got to be justice for all children. I'm hoping that no child will be forgotten. That's my hope and dream. Every child that goes into the system will not be forgotten. There'll be a way out for them. That's my hope, that we would have a system in place saying, okay, out of the blue, where's this child? Can you tell me? And what's the plan for him or her? That's my hope, because we lose children.
Just being able to really gather those facts from every agency, from every human being, parent, grandparents are so important, the extended family, the Tiyospaye, to be able to really give a very good standing for that child.
Until you actually hear about some of the scenarios that are going on in these homes, you wouldn't believe it. And how sad it is to see these children talk about their stories. And sad to know that we have no place for them. There's just no justice for them. Especially those who are sexually assaulted. That's what I want people to know. That's the raw truth.
A lot of our children are wanting to commit suicide. What is not there for them, so they don't want to live?
It was our program that initiated and created a child protection team, which brought together all the social service agencies in order that we don't allow some of these cases to fall through the cracks.
I went to visit some of the children in a lot of the local border towns. They look at you, trying to think if they can connect to you because of your skin color. And the first child I went to do a home visit with, saw me, and he must have been waiting for his mother, but never knew. When I walked in the door, he said, "Are you my mom?" I had to tell him, "No, but I came to see you. I want to help take care of you." Anytime I get requested to help, I will drop what I can and be there.
Many times we get children who have been severely physically or sexually abused, then we do a reorientation with them. Only through ceremony can we start to apply these values, these rules, these standards of conduct. Through a ceremony, then they really feel grounded in terms of, well, this is who I am, this is where I come from, this is what my job is amongst my people. Through a collaborative effort with the social service agencies, we were able to have the social worker, the counselors, bring a child who was on the verge of being diagnosed with psychosis. We were able to convince them to bring her back to the reservation. We took her through a ceremony several times. Then she was able to go from being diagnosed with psychosis to completing her treatment, getting back into school, and is an honor roll student.
We want culturally competent services because that's what this program stands for.
Due to the very fact that these are indigenous children, we advocate that they also have a right to know their culture, their language, their ceremonies. We also have ceremony in terms of teaching our children that spiritually you can let things go. You can cut that off in terms of forgiving yourself and move on from there. It doesn't have to be within me anymore. And then they start acknowledging and being stronger internally in terms of how am I going to affect my life from today forward. No longer am I going to spend the rest of my time thinking about what happened to me yesterday, because no matter what, physically speaking, I can never go back to yesterday to make any changes.
We did things in our way, Lakota way. You say they could relate. There's no labeling, no scolding or preaching. We talk softly in a good way to one another. That brief ceremony and cleansing, I could see these young people, how much they changed. How they just felt good. They seemed to have a different view and attitude about life.
Your grandfathers, your ancestors say that this is a difficult way to be, difficult way to walk. It's difficult to walk like this. You have the sacred pipe, and it's a difficult way to walk.